What?
Using me for your lives.
Yeah, we're live now,
Great intro.
huh? All right, good morning. Golden Boy here, Crazy Eights Customs and International President of the Disciple Christian Motorcycle Club. And we are live from Las Vegas. Got out here last week, shared with you guys from the road with Terry and Amber Jones, prospect out of North Carolina, and his wife. And now I'm sitting here with my brother from Las Vegas here. This is the West Coast Regional Boss. Tell him their name.
Dustin, West Coast Boss.
Dustin. Man, we've had a great weekend out here on the West Coast. So, as you guys know, we delivered 3 motorcycles out here to some brothers and one person outside of the club. So we've actually sent, I guess, 7 bikes total out here to the West Coast from Florida.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Crazy Eights Customs is reaching across the entire United States. We've shipped bikes from Florida to a couple to Indiana, Texas, Idaho, California, Nevada, Virginia. So yeah, Crazy Eights is getting some reach there. God's been blessing the business. But yeah, so we just kind of want to get on here and share about what God has done for us this weekend, how he moved through the West Coast Christmas party. So with Disciple Christian Motorcycle Club, we had our West Coast regional Christmas party out here where guys came from all over the world. We had guys from Texas, California, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Utah, Canada, Montana, obviously Nevada. Where else?
Say North Carolina.
Oh, Alabama, North Carolina, Florida. So we had guys travel out here from all over the world, I guess you could say, including international travels in Canada, and just to come meet together and talk about Jesus and celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ with our Christmas party. We had a worship service and 7 baptisms. Yeah, we had some people that were rededicating their life to Christ and got baptized. I'm going to let Dustin share some of that about the baptisms because it was pretty cool. But yeah, it's good. And apologies for being late this morning. I forgot we were on Pacific time. I forgot to set alarm. It's 7:40 out here, I think, so we're 40 minutes late getting on our live with you guys on the East Coast, but we're still here and we're still doing it. But anyways, share this weekend and how special it was for you, man.
Yeah, the baptism. So it started out with my son had been asking me, my youngest son had been asking me about getting baptized. So I was like, well, let's do the Christmas party. It'll be amazing. And then my older son, Romero, was talking about it. And so he decided he was going to get baptized too. So I was like, man, this is going to be great, you know? And then slowly one after another guys started coming forward, which is what usually happens. And they started deciding they were going to get baptized. So we actually ended up having 8 total that weekend.
This weekend.
Yeah. 7 happened at the Christmas party, and one guy, he ended up not being able to make it because of health reasons. And 2 of our brothers actually just rode to his house right after the Christmas party and baptized him in his jacuzzi. So I'm still counting that one as for the weekend. But it was pretty cool, man. We had a couple get baptized. Actually, a husband, we baptized him, and then he baptized his wife. And then we actually had another gentleman just decide right there on the spot that he was going to get baptized. And he did it right in front of his wife and kids. And actually after that, the day after the Christmas party, we sat down and ate with him and his wife and his kids decided that they want to get baptized as well. So actually another couple's kids decided they want to get baptized after seeing that. So that's getting planned out here too pretty soon. So it was cool, man. You know, baptisms are amazing and special, and it's an honor to get to do them. So I don't know, man. It was awesome.
It was one of the things that I shared with the group as we were doing the baptisms, because Dustin here was we baptized both of his sons, and that's it's a great thing to have someone that you can look up to as the West Coast boss. It's great for us to see as international leadership of the club to come out here and know that your leadership that's in the region is actually leading spiritually. I mean, you can see the fruit. The fruit is there. Like, he's leading his household spiritually. His sons get to see him read their Bible. He prays over his family, and they see the benefit of what God is doing in his life. And so he's leaving a legacy behind. So we have what's called the legacy patch in Disciple Christian Motorcycle Club. And that's when a father and a son, either by marriage or whatever, come into the club together, and that's leaving a legacy. And so his son Romero, who got baptized this weekend, is now a prospect in Disciple Christian Motorcycle Club. So he's leaving a legacy within the club, but also a legacy of Jesus Christ in his home. And getting to baptize both of your sons at the same time is a pretty special moment for sure. But it's also special for everybody else that got to witness that and being a spiritual leader. And that gives them hope for something that they can strive for in their household. There was a family there whose sons that battle with addiction and things like that. And that was so encouraging for them to get to witness that, because that's the same thing that they're praying for their household. And that was a couple that got baptized this weekend as well. So we keep praying for them. And man, what a powerful weekend. It's kind of hard to come back into reality after a weekend like that, because you just want it to keep going. And it's kind of like a spiritual high. It's like a trip, and now we're just kind of like in a fog, like we were up late all weekend hanging out with the brothers, and now we're just trying to get back in the groove. And I still haven't made it back to Orlando yet. We're going to be here for another week and a half or something like that.
Or longer.
We're trying to leave the day after Christmas, but this guy's trying to keep us here till after January. But I got to get back to work at Crazy Eights Customs and do some business. We got 3 new road glides in at Crazy Eights that I'm going to be posting up today. I had all Happy Paul take some pictures for me, and so I'm going to get those posted today. And I got another road glide downstairs at Dustin's garage that's going to be coming back with me across the states. That's a 2020 Road Glide, and that'll be up for sale. So we've got a bunch of fresh new inventory coming out, and God's blessing the business, man, and that's all. Dustin also here is a business owner. He owns a few businesses, and that's all from tithing, and what we could talk about that a little bit, what the bearing the fruit of tithing and doing what the Bible is telling us to do and being obedient.
Yeah, man. I think, God's always, I have everything because of God, for sure, because I don't deserve a single bit of it, especially the way my life, I was, leading my life before all of this. But, I guess a quick testimony, after I'd already been in business for a while, I really wasn't about tithing that much. I didn't know anything about it, and I kind of was just on the side that it was like a way churches were getting money from people. And so it really wasn't until I came to Disciple, the very first Disciple weekend I ever experienced, was where I learned about tithing. And I heard it in a different way that I never heard it before. And so I went home and I started tithing, and my business definitely started to change after that. My whole life started to change after that, actually. It wasn't just my business, just it just felt like my bills were getting paid a lot easier. And probably, I don't know, man, I'd say a couple years ago, I really started focusing on my tithing, being more consistent within my business, not just my household tithing. And I watched my business explode overnight. So, I don't know, that's something that's changed in my life for sure. I don't use tithing as like a way to get more money. I just use it as a way to be obedient to God. And I encourage everybody now that I talk to, especially business owners, if you're not tithing, then you're messing up, man. You're losing out big time. and you're not getting everything you should be getting. And even other men in their households, if they talk about finances, or they're struggling with money and all that stuff, the first thing I ask them is if they're tithing, and if they're not, I start to encourage them to do that. So super important.
Yeah, man. The typically, if you show me a person that's struggling with finances and not that lives paycheck to paycheck, always complaining about money, I could probably show you a person that's not tithing, because the God math does not ever add up in our carnal minds. Sometimes we fail as business owners and stuff like that on tithing because, excuse me, we might tithe on our personal paychecks, but not as a business. And man, when you tithe as a business, it's like making God your silent business partner. And he's going to bless that business. I mean, Crazy Eights should not be as successful as it is right now. And we still have a long way to go, don't get me wrong. But man, a lot of people told me that I shouldn't start a business last year, that it was the wrong time, that it was, a bad economy to open a motorcycle shop, that, it would probably fail because the economy's bad, people aren't spending money, all the reasons why you would be afraid to go into business at any time. And I felt God just pushing us to move forward. And, with my business partner, Chris, he was pushing me to move forward. And God blessed it, because we tithed off every sale, off everything that we sold. We tithed 10%, and we're faithful with that. And he's continued to move the business forward to where we're looking at franchise opportunities and getting a few more locations opened up next year. And, we keep praying into that. And whatever God wants to do, we're willing to do it. So whether that means it's going to blow up Crazy Eights in Orlando, Florida, or that means spreading us across the country, because we're selling bikes all over the country. So we want to be obedient to what God calls us to do. But whether that means shipping them or just opening up more locations to have more impact in our communities worldwide. So yeah.
Yeah, man. I think if you're a good steward, tithing is being a good steward of God's money. And, when you're a good steward of his money, then he's going to trust you with some more. And so keep blessing the men in the kingdom and keep pushing the kingdom forward. And it's a good thing, man.
Yeah. I see Melissa Ann on there. Says, fly high, blind spot. Yeah, one of our dearest brothers he passed away a couple weeks ago. I think I talked about it last week, but his memorial service was this past weekend on Saturday as well. He was a very close brother of mine. He came through the program when I was the president of the charter in Florida. And that dude was always happy, always smiling. And they had a beautiful memorial service that I had to make a hard decision to whether to cancel my plans out here to the West Coast and fulfill being a part of these baptisms and pouring into these men's lives, or staying in Florida to be a part of the celebration of life for my brother Blind Spot. And it was a very hard decision for Becky and I, because Becky was close with Disciple Blind Spot as well. And but we felt the calling on God to go forth with the mission and come out here and share the gospel with the men of the West Coast and the women of the West Coast through my wife. And I'm glad we did, but I was able to watch the Celebration of Life service live, and it was a beautiful service. And the guys in Florida did a wonderful job celebrating Barry's life, and they had it was just amazing. It was amazing. So hats off to the brothers in Salty View down there in Florida that put that together. They did a fantastic job honoring our brother, and we honor him now. And for all of you that are watching, make sure that you pray for Barry's family and all the guys in the club that were close to him as they're continued grieving and mourning. And we love him. We love him. We miss him. And thank you, Melissa, for commenting that on the live. Okay. Well, I think that's it for today.
It's a good way to end it.
Yeah, we honor our brother.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a great weekend. I can't wait. I'll still probably be here in Vegas next Tuesday. Is that Christmas Eve? When's Christmas? Wednesday?
I don't know. 8 days from now. Like Wednesday?
Christmas is Wednesday?
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, next Tuesday, hopefully at 7 a.m., which would be 10 a.m. your time, on the East Coast, 8 a.m. Central Time. 9 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Mountain Time. Wow, that's crazy when you travel across the world and get in all these different time zones and trying to keep appointments, but it's cool. But we love you guys. If you have any prayer requests, any questions, put them in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.